Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, there's an awful lot of light, and I can see Ken's face. Can he change it back? Hello. Welcome to brand new, to be honest, with brand new opening graphics. Look, brand new. Not that brand new. Okay. So, hi, it's me, it's Ken, and Ken's hair. Here with my bathrobe and my coffee, which gets into my mustache, which is a lot of fun. I've been off for a few months, and I didn't even know if I was going to come back and do this, to be honest. I did this thing in my living room, which I called To Be Honest, for a couple months, and then I switched it over to the Monday Morning Show branding, which is another thing that I do, right? And after I stopped, I realized that all the Monday morning shows, all those shows branded as Monday morning shows, had significantly fewer viewers. So apparently, YouTube really likes it when I'm honest and not just when I'm punctual, I guess. Anyway, so much has happened in the last 3 months, and I can't get to it all. And I don't think you'd want me to get to it all. So let me just say that I turned 55 on Friday. 55. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, and you get to hear all of them because you were dumb enough to click on this video. By the way, thank you so much for clicking on this video, you stupid idiot. It's just part of the fun. Anyway. So, 55. When I was 10 years old, or possibly 9, it gets muddy back there, I remember sitting outside on a summer's day, or it could have been a winter's day. It is Southern California after all. I remember sitting outside and thinking, what is this white thing behind me? Oh, it's the blanket. Okay, anyway, sitting outside thinking, what will my life be like when I'm 20? And I could kind of imagine that. I could kind of see what that would be like. And then I thought, what would my life be when I was 30? And that was foggy. That was iffy. I wasn't so sure about that one. And then I thought, what will life be like when I'm 50? I couldn't imagine ever being 50 years old. Just the thought of being that ancient, that decrepit, that old. I just couldn't imagine ever possibly being that old. And when I hit 50, that memory remained. And it was really prominent in my mind. And 50 wasn't that bad. 50 wasn't the boogeyman everybody made it out to be. I had people telling me, because my 40s were fantastic. My 40s were amazing. I met Vicky. Do you need any more? So my 40s were fantastic, and I hit 50, and everybody said, well, okay, man, maybe not everybody, 2 or 3 people said, well, your 40s weren't bad, but don't worry, your 50s will suck. You just wait. Well, we're halfway through, and not only have my 50s not sucked, I'm probably happier right now than I've been at any time in my life. Not looking into this light bulb that I have serving as my lighting, because I'm going to be blind in a few minutes. Why? Who came up with this? I should get a picture of my rig. The only problem is my camera's in my rig. But let me, up here somewhere, perhaps, I'm gonna put up a picture of what kind of rig I'm using, so you can see that, yes, I am indeed looking straight into a light bulb like a complete idiot. So, hi. So anyway, I'm hitting 55, right? And I'm thinking about how 50 wasn't that bad. So 55 is just another number. Right? Actually, 55's kind of been a bitch. I've really started to notice this thing called old age, and I want to prepare you, however I might be able to. If you're a young person watching this video, things change. You get into your 50s, things change. They don't tell you things change. Nobody ever tells you about things changing in your 50s, because who gives a shit about people in their 50s, right? There's like 3 people who've watched this video by the time you've clicked it. Maybe not even that. But it's true, when you hit your 50s, things start to change, and you really can't explain them because nobody's told you. Like, when you go into puberty, you're in for the shit, right? Because everybody's like, oh, well, you're going through puberty, you're in for the shit. No, nobody tells you that at 50. They're like, oh, 50, well, isn't that nice? No, it's ow, I bit my lip. It's not that nice. I'll tell you a couple things, and then I'll stop, because I could go on, but I won't, or at least I only will for a slight period of time. So here's one thing that is very recent, and I still can't wrap my head around it. My feet swell. Yes, we're going right to that. My feet swell. My feet swell up like balloons, okay? Nobody's used to this. Nobody's accustomed to this. Nobody's like, oh, my feet are balloons today. Well, no, nobody. The first time I saw my feet swell up, Vicky and I were heading back home through the desert. We just spent a weekend out in Landers, which is out by Joshua Tree in California in the desert, yes. We're heading back. We stopped by this place down by Morongo, this little shack that is a little taco place that Vicky knew about. And I get a burrito, which, if you're at a taco place, you should only get tacos. What the hell was I thinking? But I got a burrito, and it was made of tortilla wrapped around salt. It was just salt. And I ate about half of it in that way that guys will keep eating something like, no, this is fine. No, I ordered it. And so we leave there, we're driving home, and one of my feet starts swelling up to the point where it's just my leg and my foot are just, elephantitis comes to mind. And both Vicky and I are like, what the hell's happening to your leg? But it was only a one-day thing, right? So we thought, well, it's a passing thing. I ate a bunch of salt. It happens. But then this summer, it just started happening all by itself. I'd wake up and my feet would be balloons. And so that's complicated my life a little bit. And as a 55-year-old, I should mention, as you probably know, if you've seen this, I'm a schizophrenic. So that provides its own complications. Schizophrenia is a chronic disease. It's not in any way fatal, though there is an old adage that there's no such thing as an old schizophrenic, because most of us kill ourselves off before we get to be too old. I haven't been smart enough for that yet. But I know that things can be a mess. Things can get complicated. And so, because I've chosen not to medicate, because I don't believe they've yet to come up with a medication that isn't worse than schizophrenia itself, I choose not to medicate, so I found workarounds. I found other ways of living with schizophrenia other than being completely doped up. And one of the ways that I do that is by getting a lot of exercise, or I should say I used to get a lot of exercise. Up until a couple of years ago, I would go hiking, I would go cycling, I would go jogging. It was fantastic. And then we got a pandemic. Putting aside for a minute that I can't jog because I have arthritis in my neck, and my doctor's like, you can't jog anymore. Putting that aside, I can't even walk because everyone on the street isn't wearing a mask, and it's like being out amongst walkers. So it's hard to get out. I need a new bike, and I'm working on that. But the pandemic does make it difficult to exercise. And so my level of exercise, my level of physical fitness has plummeted to the point where now I don't dare film myself below the shoulders because I can't fit in the frame. Okay, I might be exaggerating that a little bit, but just a little bit. So yeah, it's been a tough year to be a schizophrenic, but I'm making it, and I'm, you adapt and survive, and that's what I'm doing. I'm learning to live with a new paradigm, and that's something I'm going to have to continue living with, because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to magically stop being schizophrenic. I found my initial workaround with lots of exercise, lots of healthy exercise, and lots of honesty, lots of soul searching. And those are things I can still practice. I just have to get around the exercise. And one of the nice things about this being October is that the temperatures in Southern California have finally dropped below 400 degrees. So we can go outside once again during the day. So my walking hours and hiking hours have actually expanded to where I can go outside and not melt. The other thing that happens as an older person is, and they never tell, nobody told me about this. So when you're a teenager, I should say when I was a teenager, I would look around and I'd say, well, I can't date anyone below 14, and I can't date anyone above, and that number fluctuated as I got older, right? If I was a teenager, it was somebody in their 20s. If they're in my 20s, it was somebody in their 30s. So that upper limit has been pushed, right? And that lower limit, nobody tells you about that lower limit, because you get in your 50s, and not only do you not want to date people in their 20s or their 30s, people that age more and more begin to look like babies to you. It's a psychological thing. It is in no way reflective of reality. I'm aware of that. But I have compared notes with my beautiful wife, and whenever we're out and we see somebody in their 20s, we just think, oh my God, that's a baby. Get back to elementary school. I'm not exaggerating either. They look like the babies. I swear I cannot look at any Kardashian. I cannot watch any music videos. Everybody looks like mother babies. It's insanity. And I guess it's healthy, right? Because you see older guys who are leering at kids in their 20s, and that's disgusting. And I guess if I still thought people in their 20s they look fine, but they look like babies. If I didn't think they looked like babies, I probably would be leering at them too. But something happens in us, something comes out of us as we get older, I think, that just says, pay no attention to that. That's ephemeral. That's completely useless, because as you get older, you naturally should be growing beyond just physical this, right? This is starting to decay. This is starting to fall apart. More grays coming into the beard. More wrinkles are coming onto the face. Yes, I look amazing. Yes, I'm a beautiful man. I get that. But I'm getting older, and this is just this. This is just my appearance. This is just an illusion of light, right? So if you're stuck on that, yeah, maybe you will be leering at everyone of every age, I guess. I'm just so glad it's not me. I'm just so glad, because guys and gals, my friend Sean used the word gal the other day. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, we really are old. Guys and gals, let me tell you, I'm a frickin' pervert. So I don't need more distractions. All I need is Vic. She is distraction enough, let me tell you. So we've been at this for like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put down the camera. Actually, I'm going to stop and I'm going to read a chapter from The Day We Said Goodbye, which will be posted later this week. We are presently on chapter 5, and it's a short chapter this time, so I'm very happy about that. But before I let you go, I want to tell you that the coming year has a lot of great, potentially great writing news. I've got Little Mike, dystopian, futuristic, killer doll. Sorry, little doll, killer doll from the future novel. And then the next work of art I'm working on, it's called A Reflection of Masks. I am presently more than halfway through the 3rd breakthrough novel. And more, always in development. It's exciting to come out of 2020, because I came into 2020 thinking that I would be doing the Max Edge radio serial, but then I couldn't get people into the recording studio because there's a pandemic. So I had to really change and adapt my plans, and I'm happy to be coming out of this year, coming to the end of this year, seeing that there are titles ready to be released, because it's been a while. I'm itching to get out there and start promoting and start doing that kind of work. So until next week, be good to yourself, be kind to others. Let's make this world a better place. You take care of yourself, and thanks for watching. And that's it. Thanks for coming around, and I hope you subscribe, click the like button, and connect with me on all that social media business on the screen.